News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A Missoula man takes a fall from the top of the Hellgate High School roof. Good morning, everyone. Montana Morning. It's Monday, December 19th, 2016. Right now, the sky is cloudy. It is 10 degrees in Missoula, but it's going to warm up. We have a 50% chance of snow today. And our newscast this morning is sponsored by Burke Orizati Real Estate. Looking for a Montana dream home? Contact Rachel Rixford Orizati at burkeorizatirealestate.com. Earlier this morning, a 19-year-old man was rushed to St. Patrick Hospital after a companion said he was dangling off the Hellgate High School roof. Sergeant James Caton with the Missoula Police Department provides details of what happened.
Officers received a tip approximately around a little bit before 1 o'clock from a citizen that there were two individuals on top of the roof at Hellgate High School. Officers arrived on scene and discovered the two males were on top of the roof at the northeast corner of the high school building, right across from the welding building. One of the males that was on top of the roof had fallen approximately 20 feet onto a landing, injuring his hip. Fire and medical was called on scene to help get the two males off of the roof. Officers were able to transport the male to St. Patrick Hospital for medical care. The other male that was on scene was arrested for criminal trespass to property. The male that was transported to the hospital was issued a citation for criminal trespass to property.
And Caton said that the individual who fell did not suffer any life-threatening injuries, but suffered minor injuries to his hip. Later today, 3 individuals will gather in Helena to cast Montana's electoral votes for President of the United States. Nancy Balance is a Republican legislator from Hamilton. She explains what will happen at the state capitol today.
There's an opening meeting at 2 o'clock by the Secretary of State, and then following the presentation of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance and a roll call, then we as electors are sworn in, and then we cast our ballots for the President of the U.S.
Balance said she's received dozens of letters and over 100 emails asking, and some not very nicely, that she cast her vote for someone other than Donald Trump.
We sign them. It's not a selection other than, we just sign that we are electing Donald J. Trump. And we actually signed pledges. When we first became electors, we signed pledges that we would, in fact, cast our ballots for the nominee of our party.
Balance said some letters even said they would pay her legal fees if she chose to break faith with her pledge to vote for Donald Trump. A 72-year-old woman who was rescued just minutes after a fire broke out in her Hamilton apartment died in a Seattle hospital on Friday, where she was sent for treatment of her injuries. Hamilton Fire Chief Brad Moan said the fire was called in just before 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon.
First responders were able to pull her out of the apartment. She was transported to the local hospital and then later was flown to, I believe, Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, and she passed away due to complications from injuries received this morning.
Moan explained why the woman's injuries were so severe.
The victim was smoking in bed, and she was also on oxygen, so it was an oxygen-rich environment, and the combination of smoking and the oxygen-rich environment is not a good thing. Anything burns when it's in an oxygen-rich environment like that.
The victim's name has not yet been released. Changes will be proposed to reorganize the state crime lab that over the course of just a year has had 3 different chief medical examiners vacate their posts. Crime Lab Administrator Phil Kinsey told lead newspapers that the proposed changes clarify the command structure and give the state examiner hiring and firing ability. Kinsey said there's been no clear line of who works for whom. He said the changes should help prevent problems like the ones that led to the high turnover. Attorney General Tim Fox plans to have the proposals included in a bill at the upcoming legislative session. All the snow and cold weather hasn't slowed down Missoula's crime rate. County Attorney Kirsten Pabst, in her weekly visit on Talkback, said her office handled numerous felony cases last week.
Many of those were crimes against people. We had an assault on a minor, which is a felony violation of an order of protection, assault with a weapon, surreptitious visual observation. There was a sexual assault on a child, 2 aggravated assaults, and 1 standard assault. So those people crimes. We don't like to see the numbers that high, and certainly are doing everything we can to respond.
Several individuals were prosecuted in association with a theft and identity theft ring last week. Many of those in the ring were addicted to meth, a drug which seems to be plaguing the criminal justice system, according to PAPS.
There were multiple cases involving substance abuse, 7 new felony drug cases filed this week. A lot of them involved either distribution or intent to distribute, and 3 repeat DUI cases, 2 of which were felonies, and then multiple other cases as well, including the theft ring.
All in all, the county attorney's office processed 34 felony cases over the week, which PAP says is very close to an office record. Christmas is all about the spirit of giving. One Missoula company is doing exactly that. Missoula County Sheriff's Office spokeswoman Brenda Bassett said Neptune Aviation is doing something special for kids.
So Neptune Aviation donates 100 bikes, and deputies go out into schools and different areas and deliver bikes to kids who need one, and it's a really cool thing, and we're so fortunate that Neptune continues to do it every year. And
according to Bassett, it's important for kids to see the good side of deputies.
Missoula County is a really cool place to live, and a lot of people are very giving, and so we're just excited about the kids being able to get some bikes and us being able to have a part of it and interact with the kids. It's a great way for deputies to make contact with kids and show that, the deputies are the good guys. It's really cool.
Other local donors in the Missoula area include United Way and Bob Ward's. They dropped off a number of coats for people who are cold this winter as well. Finally, blizzard conditions in Livingston with visibility reported less than a quarter mile. The National Weather Service says I-90 has been closed from Park City to Springdale because of dangerous driving conditions. It remains closed as of this moment. Authorities urge people in that area to stay home and warn those who venture out could not only endanger themselves but also those who may have to rescue them. Our News Talk time is 6:12.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly cloudy to cloudy skies today with our highs in the teens and low 20s. A slight chance of snow showers that will increase those as we head into the afternoon. And tonight we'll begin to see accumulating snowfall with a storm total of 1 to 3 inches by Tuesday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.